Good evening, everyone. This is North Shore Preparedness coming to you from the beautiful shores of Lake Ontario. Today is Wednesday, August the 26th, 2020, and it was a very, very fair, mild day. Great day for getting some work done. So that happened. We had a lot of good production at work today. Well, okay, so the work day is over, and now here we are. Some more things to do. What we're doing tonight is we are canning some garlic dill pickles. Okay, and now I'm going to show you you guys the way that I do it, and we're going to take you right through it. So first of all, let me just flip this viewfinder around so I can see myself and make sure everything is copacetic. And we will get right into this video, okay? Okay, so the first thing that I've done is I got my cucumbers here. I took the ends off of them, and then I cut them into spears. And I threw all these spears of cucumber into this cold water bath. This is an ice water bath. I stopped and I got a bag of ice, and I added a ton of ice into there. You want those to soak cold, cold, cold. And I soaked them for like 4 or 5 hours in cold, cold, cold water. Okay, I scrubbed them all. You know, I scrubbed them 3 times, made sure they're all clean. Got the ends off, got them speared, and I soaked them in that cold water bath there for like 4 or 5 hours. We've got our mason jars here. I've got those cleaned and sterilized. And I'm just going to show you exactly how we're going to do this. So you see all this garlic here? We got a bunch of fresh garlic. And boom. In it's going to go. We're making garlic dill pickles, so don't be shy about the garlic, guys. You know, some people like to add a, you know, if you like a little hot pepper or something like that. Some people like to throw those in, or some people want to throw peppercorns in too. That's okay. You know, do what you like. Do what suits you. Now, I don't happen to have any fresh dill weed. I didn't grow any here this year, so I went out and I bought some. And some people like to use the dill flowers, which looks really, really pretty in the jar. I didn't happen to get to a market that had those, so I'm just using this store-bought stuff. So I just rip off all the leaves, get those in there, and you know, you can throw bits of the stem in if you like to. Like, I don't like to throw too thick of a stem in. Like a stem like that, I wouldn't want to throw in, so I'll discard that. But a stem like that, yeah, sure, why not? Put those in. These ones, not so much. Alright, so you got your garlic in there, and you got your dill weed in there. Now, because I don't have a whole ton of dill, what I'm going to do is I'm going to augment this with some dried dill weed. Okay? Now, you can get this at Walmart or whatever. It's like $2 a bag, or 3 for $5 or whatever, if you can find a sale. So I'm just going to augment this with a ½ teaspoon of dried dill weed. The next thing you're going to want to have in your jar, now this jar here is already set up. The next thing you're going to want in your jar, now this is to keep your pickles crisp, is you're going to want to add some alum. Alum. A-L-U-M. Alum. Just a quarter teaspoon. Okay, and that's going to help to keep your pickles crisp. Now, Auntie T, I know you're watching this right now, and thank you, Auntie T, for the hint that you can use wild grape leaves in your jars instead of alum to keep your pickles crisp. Okay. Now, I also understand that you can use bay leaves. I understand. Oh, I have some jars popping here. You can use bay leaves. It's something to do with the tannins in certain leaves that will help keep these pickles crisp. Okay, so all right, now what we need to do here is we need to get into start packing this jar. Okay, so forgive me if I pass back and forth in front of the camera, and I'll just show you guys how I drop them in. You kind of want to drop them in and line them up on the side so that you want them to stand up, right? So throw them in. Just pack your jar like this. Shake them down so that they lay down nice and flat for you, so you don't have to fight with them. Or well, you're gonna have to fight with them anyways, but so that you have to fight with them perhaps a little bit less, right? Just lay them down like that, and then you want to keep packing your jar, okay, as such. Yeah, this is looking good. Just keep stuffing them in, tucking them in. Now these things are going to be goofy. You're going to think the jar is full, and then all of a sudden, you know, you wiggle them around a little bit, and you're going to find a little bit more space. And you can tuck some more in, right? Which is what we're going to keep doing. Now, I'm not sure if this is, if I'm packing these too tight or not to get out of the jar. Some of you may want to do this in a wide mouth mason jar, just for sake of ease of removal. But these can get packed in there fairly tight. Okay, so that's what we've got there. We've got our garlic in there. We've got our dill, our fresh dill in there. We've got some dill weed in there. We have some alum in there, and that's all you need. Okay. I see I've got a gap there. I'd like to fill up. Yeah. Do I have a strong enough one left to drive down into the middle of that? Let's see. Oh, yeah, look at that. There's space. You want to push those down. That's a fairly tight pack jar. That's a very tight pack jar. Okay, yeah, we've got our rings, we got our lids in a pot of hot water. We got our water bath canner hopping over there, ready to go. And we have our brine, which is the next step in this, okay? Got our brine. Let me get a ladle and a canning funnel. And we can get right into this, okay? Okay, so that's pretty much it, you know? So this brine here, to make my brine, I've got 12 cups of water, 4 cups of pickling vinegar. Now, the pickling vinegar I've used for this it's this stuff here. It's a 7% pickling vinegar. So I've got that. You got 12 cups of water to 4 cups pickling vinegar and 3/4 of a cup of coarse pickling salt. That's your brine. That's it. You guys want to add something else to that, like peppercorns, like I said, or whatever you want to flavor it, go on ahead and do that. What we're going to do now is we're just going to add the brine into the jars, okay? So just bear with me, this will take a minute. And you want to bring them up to a level that's, you want to be just to the bottom of the threads here. You want to give this like there's another ping. I love hearing that. You want to be about a 1/2 inch of headspace. You can see how all the cucumbers are down in the jar, and how the headspace, the liquid is way over top of them, so they're all covered. And nice like that. Okay, let's do this other jar. And then we'll get them lidded up, and we'll get them ready for the canner, okay? Another pang. Love it. So I hope everyone's doing well tonight. I want to, you know, send some thoughts and prayers down to my brothers and sisters down in Texas and Louisiana who are about to bear the brunt of something pretty big there. You know, a lot of good people down there, and I hope you're all staying well and safe, okay? I really do. Excuse me just a minute, guys. Getting a paper towel here, and I'm going to soak this in some vinegar, and I'll be right with you, and we'll just we'll get those lids wiped, and we will ever so slightly damp, and then we'll get them into the water bath canner, okay? Let me just take this out of the way a little bit. Alright. Get our jar lids wiped. Now some people, because this is a vinegar base, they wouldn't bother with the vinegar on the towel to wipe it off. They might just use water, and that's okay, you know. Do what works for you guys. Okay? Personally, I like the vinegar. Alright, now we have our lid grabber here. Get some lids on these guys. Just like so. And let's get some rings on top of those. Now we're just going to do those just hand tight, just like that. Not too tight at all. Be careful, like I mean these are warm. This is hot hot brine that I put into these. So if your hands can't handle the heat, you know, use some hot paws or some oven mitts or something like that. Okay, just to protect yourself, right? Safety. Okay. Let me just get rid of this over here, and we'll get these put into the canner, okay? Canner is hot and ready to go. So we're just going to swing this camera around a little bit over to here. Sorry for the jostling, Auntie T. I know you don't like that. Apologize. And as you'll notice in there, Peggy, I have some dishcloths in the bottom of my canner. Thank you very much for the suggestion. I very, very much appreciate it, okay? The dishcloths will help your jars from moving around or sliding around. One right in. Two right in. And I did have a third that I had already done up that couldn't fit into the canner earlier. So in it goes. And we need to top this water up so that the water comes a full inch above the tops of those cans, a full inch above the tops of those lids. I'm just going to run the water hot over here. Something I forgot to mention in my last video about canning is that when you when you're doing water bath canning or pressure canning, when you put your water into your canner, you want to add, to this I've added about 1/3 cup of vinegar. And that's just to make sure that your jars don't go cloudy, okay? So, alright, you got that in there. Once it comes up to the boil, we're going to process that for 10 minutes. Then they're going to come out. We're going to let them stand for a day. And we should have beautiful pickles. So that's what I'm up to today. After work, I'm still working. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There's garlic dill pickle spears. This is going to be North Shore Preparedness. Out for now.